Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Many things define bold and beautiful, but subtlety is not one of them. All of us can see where Hope and Thomas are going, but the real question is, what will happen when we get there? Just let's say that the plot might zig when one would expect it to zag. Hope was as outraged as anyone at the idea of ever working with Thomas again, after he was fired from Forrester Creations for putting her mother on trial with the CPS call. She started to change her tune as hope for the future suddenly had, well, no future. Despite promising her husband Liam she wouldn't hire Thomas as her designer once more, she did. Why? Because she had to consider her career. We completely understood why she didn't want her fashion line to be discontinued. But at the same time, we realized that we were witnessing, if you will, a turning point in her marriage. Without telling Liam about her plans, Hope went ahead and persuaded Steffi to bring Thomas back on. All of this occurred as he was confidently telling his brother from across town that Hope would never again collaborate with the Forrester family's troublemaker. By the time Liam realized his error, everything had already been decided. Liam wasn't pleased, but he managed to maintain some composure until he entered the design studio of Forrester Creations and discovered his wife sitting on the lap of the black sheep, his arms around her waist. Even though everything was obviously a huge misunderstanding, Liam became positively irrational. It was about this same time that there was an upsurge in other characters, remembering that Hope had once said she considered Thomas hot and grilling her about it. Hope seemed to be more attracted to Thomas after falling from the riser into her coworker's arms, as she instantly started having fantasies about kissing him. Hope went home to woo her husband and show herself that she was not like her mother Brooke, also known as the slut from the valley, who was determined to move on. No, she was a devoted wife and mother who wanted Liam and only Liam. Unfortunately, that didn't pan out as Hope ended up fantasizing about Thomas again, this time while making love to her spouse. Eek! Furious with herself, Hope stormed up to her mother's place and unloaded on her, blasting Brooke for her past and informing the startled woman that she was nothing like her. Nothing gets past Brooke, however, unless the writers want it to. She saw right through her daughter's fury and recognized the underlying cause for her tantrum. Hope's found herself attracted to a terrible boy, namely, Thomas. Brooke interrogated Hope about her feelings for the man who formerly obsessed over her and got a heaping of denial for her efforts. Undeterred, Brooke tried a little reverse psychology, telling Hope how proud she was of her for being a devoted wife to Liam, who would never sully her good name by giving in to temptation. Somehow, we don't think anything Brooke said is going to change the trajectory of this storyline, which is barreling toward Hope acting on her attraction to Thomas. We can already image Hope, in spite of herself, eventually trying to seduce Thomas during one of those late-night work sessions. This will undoubtedly be the designer's dream come true, thus it's safe to assume that a scandalous romance will start straight away. Right? Perhaps not. As we stated at the outset, Bold and Beautiful isn't subtle and has been heavily emphasizing Thomas' transformation. Everyone is able to perceive it, sense it, and so forth. It has to be real because even Brooke admitted to Ridge that his son had undergone a significant change. The expected outcome of Hope making her move on Thomas is that he will stop her and put the brakes on, so we don't need a tiny birdie to tell us that. He'll do it to save her from herself and to demonstrate that he has, in fact, changed for the better. Or as a tactic, but who are we to spoil someone else's party? Naturally, Hope would never in a million years have thought that the man who has been obsessed with her for years, who even had a sexual encounter with a doll that resembled her, would reject her. She'll be completely gobsmacked, probably definitely humiliated, and will certainly become more infatuated with him than she ever believed imaginable. What do you think will happen with Hope and Thomas? Let us know in the comment section. In the most recent spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful from Monday, April 10, through Friday, April 14, Brooke must make a choice. Will the hopeless romantic have the fortitude to stick to her guns, even if it means jeopardizing her future, in spite of her resolve to abandon her ex-husband Ridge and strengthen her connection with Taylor? Additionally, Thomas' proximity to the former focus of his infatuation, along with Hope's recent actions that raise eyebrows, worry both her mother and spouse. The week comes to a close with a significant battle. We'll discuss these teasers and more as we continue reading. In the recap from Monday, Liam feels weird. Thomas interrogates Ridge, and Hope yells at Brooke. Hope undoubtedly knows better than others how it would be difficult to quit the habit of obsessing over her. It makes reasonable that she would be concerned that Thomas would experience a replay of the past. But if we were her, we would be most worried about this. Brooke must make a challenging choice. Could it be to Ridge or not to Ridge, perhaps? And is there any planet where we do not already know what she will choose? In the recap for Tuesday, Hope is questioned about her love for Thomas. Liam gives Wyatt a status update, and Taylor finds out Brooke spent time alone with Ridge. Taylor responds to Brooke's report regarding Ridge. The renowned psychiatrist might give her a completely different finger if she genuinely broke their pinky swear. Bring on the oohs and ahs. There will undoubtedly be numerous references to how much Hope inspires Thomas as he shows the team his most recent design for Hope for the future, and how Thomas is the only designer in Los Angeles who could keep Hope's line afloat. Oh, my sister and brother. Celebrate National Siblings Day by meeting the family members of your favorite soap opera stars. In the recap from Wednesday, Thomas and Ridge compliment Taylor, and Hope denies feeling anything toward Thomas. Taylor's sincere apology to Thomas could mean one of two things. Either she's conceding that he was correct to believe that drastic measures were required to keep Brooke and Ridge apart, or she's admitting that she misjudged his ability to work alongside Hope without developing feelings for her. Hope's recent behavior is the subject of Brooke's inquiry. We suspect she won't be the last person to do so either. Because if the plot develops as we anticipate, spoiler, will also suffer harm in addition to Liam. Today, Steffi rejects Liam's worries about Hope because she believes that those who refuse to see are the ones who are truly blind. What would it take for her to realize what is actually happening? Well, Hope's marriage can't look very well with this. She and Thomas have a sincere and emotional exchange. Do those not always precede hot and heavy moments? Former rivals reconcile in a totally different way. And if you're unaware of their dramatic history, well, we'll remind you. Brooke feels flattered when she is asked out for a date, Ridge damned. Maybe one of these soap opera MVPs has been chosen by the show to be her next love interest. Try to identify her Mr. Right in these images. Liam confronts Thomas about Hope. Anyone wanna bet that the jealous husband kicks off the showdown at 11 and only gets more intense from there? Think the branches of the Forrester, Logan, and Spencer family trees are tangled. Wait till you dive into our photo album that details who's who in the Reagan clan from Blue Bloods. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel and stay with us.